Coworker showed me an NSFW picture of themselves and now I feel dead inside. I need to vent and get this off my chest because I feel pretty fucked right now. A coworker of mine, A, has been behaving inappropriately, saying really weird things and also inappropriate touching, and recently showed me a picture of their asshole unprompted while they decided that the best time and place to go through their nudes was during lunch at work. I told A to stop and to put the phone away and that I am not interested in seeing anything. Yet, against my wishes, A flipped the phone around. They've only been at my workplace for about 2 or 3 months. I reported to my boss but all A got was a "don't do it again" and told the rest of the team to tell A not to behave inappropriately when A does. I've also spoken to higher up and am contemplating filing an official report. I feel scarred for life right now. A has also said and done many other things that have made other members of my team uncomfortable as well. I really wonder why A had to do this to me when I already have enough shit on my plate, aka family, personal and mental health issues. I'm miserable. I've had sex for the first time today as a 30 years old, and felt absolutely nothing. I've struggled with debilitating social anxiety disorder that prevented me from connecting with people. After gaining the wizard powers at my 30th birthday and realizing that I will likely never have a relationship, decided to hire a sex worker and at least experience what the hype is all about. And then there I was, banging that poor tense woman while feeling absolutely nothing. I was afraid I would like too much, or get panic attack, or a breakdown from learning that I was missing, yet I left without a single feeling inside my head. All I could think about was that the society had sold me a fake dream. My son-in-law is slowly destroying my daughter's life. Hello, I, 56M, have a 25-year-old daughter I will call M. She got married to B a few years ago. B was always a nice guy as far as I could tell. He was supportive of her through college, and it all worked out pretty fine. He even seemed to be vocal about women's rights and feminism, and had an aura of respect about him. That precedent stuck around, almost unwavering for the rest of the time I knew him, but all of that changed recently. My daughter had her first child last November, and since then, it has been a spiral. She fell into a mild PPD that was treatable, and that is when B began to screw it all up. He has made his beliefs very well known. He does not believe in PPD, and believes that it is no better than 1800s doctors diagnosing women with hysteria. He thinks that PPD is made up by male chauvinists, and as a result, he refuses to help her find the treatment that she is not in a place to seek by herself. It has been getting worse and worse over the course of the past couple months, and tensions crystallized last month. I tried to see if there was anything that I could do on my part to help M, so I took her around town to help her get out, and tried to talk to her about getting help. This was when I realized the damage was done. She started going on about how PPD apparently does not exist, and it devolved into a self-loathing rant. I tried to help her realize that this is a symptom of the massive changes that happen when having a child, but B has brainwashed and isolated her for too long, and taken advantage of her depressed times. I am disgusted that my child has to go through this, and that all of the fundamentals that she knew are being defiled in order to control her. I am equally disgusted that my grandchild is going to grow up in such an environment. Having sex with a guy who has a small penis is so difficult. I used to judge women who would say they would break up with a man over his penis, but now I have had sex with a man whose penis is small. I get it. As someone who gets sensitive using a tampon, I assume any penis would make you feel something. It just depends on the positions you have sex in, how they use it and how you use it. I was wrong and would definitely find myself ending a relationship because of a guy's penis. I know that sounds shallow, that sex isn't the most important part of a relationship, but it's still an important part, and people in good relationships aren't having bad sex. I had sex for the first time with a man I've been on off dating for a while. He's kind, funny, and we really get on. However, the sex was difficult for me, so I can't see us being compatible lovers. His penis was small and aesthetically challenging. I didn't mind cause I liked him. But wow, was the sex difficult. Not just because he was a virgin. He was a little nervous, but once I reassured him he was comfortable and confident enjoying himself. Despite the both of us being comfortable, it wasn't easy. We struggled to find a position that would allow him to penetrate me in a way that didn't hurt him. His penis was small and very upturned, rendering most positions painful or impossible. It was possible for us to engage in sex with me on top, but that was a challenge. It took some time for me to gauge how far up I could go without him slipping out. And when I did find the right height, the style I'm used to was incompatible with it, which was frustrating. Issue was I couldn't feel if he was inside or not, so I didn't even know if he slipped out, which was embarrassing. We found one position that worked, which I felt, but normally this position makes me climax quickly, and this time I just felt a little good. It was also dull being in one position. To make matters worse, he had a very tight foreskin, which made it difficult for me to use my hands or mouth without hurting him. I spent the whole time worrying if I was doing okay instead of enjoying it. I got on with him very well and to some degree enjoyed being intimate because I liked him, but the sex was unsatisfying because of his penis. So I honestly don't think it's shallow for a person to deny a relationship over physical traits when they have an impact on the relationship. My daughter killed herself. This happened about a week ago. I'm a single dad. I don't have any remaining family. I have a couple of acquaintances. I just want to vent because I'm still so pained. She was the last person left in my life. I haven't gone inside her room and I had to take out the last remaining trash inside of it today so it doesn't stink, but otherwise I dare not touch a thing. She had ordered a game to complete her favorite DS game series and it arrived today and I broke down sobbing. I have no idea why she did it. In her note she said none of it was my fault and that all she wants is to be buried with her violin and childhood stuffed animal among with other extremely personal details. I don't want to say she had the perfect life, so why do it? Because everyone struggles with something. She just entered her senior year, got accepted into a state orchestra, and clearly there was something going on down below that overtook that all. She had multiple suicide attempts since the age of 12 and I guess it succeeded now that she's forever 17. Her orchestra teacher and all of the students alongside her in orchestra want to perform her favorite song, Eyes Without a Face, Billy Idol. It hurts me even more knowing how loved she was by her peers. I've been contacted by her friends and her teachers/mentors over the past few days and sometimes I can't even think of a response. I can't afford any sort of therapy either, so Reddit is my vent choice. Pop loves you to infinity and beyond, sweet Leonie.